Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we're bringing you 10 insane spectacular animal nests. Let's dive right in. 10. Sociable weavers' nests. If you walk around the Kalahari region of southern Africa, you may look up and see what looks like a massive haystack hanging in a tree. It's not a haystack, it's the home of possibly anywhere from a dozen to hundreds of a common little brown bird called the sociable weaver. Sociable weavers are outstanding birds who lead fascinating lives. The nest they call home is probably one their ancestors built for them. That's right, that giant haystack of a nest is handed down from the colony to their descendants. They have been sociable weavers' nests found that have been occupied for over 100 years. Not unlike a bee's honeycomb, a sociable weaver's nest boasts having several entrances, leading to the many different chambers. Entrance tunnels have been found to be up to 10 inches long and 3 inches wide. Inside you'll find the actual chambers, whose numbers range from 5 and up to an impressive 100. Each is around 4 to 6 inches in diameter. What separates each chamber from another are dry grasses. Inside it's made cozy with cotton, fur and fluff. Meanwhile, twigs make up the roof of the nest. Sociable weavers aren't messing around when it comes to protecting their homes. The entrance tunnels are guarded by sharp spikes of straw. 9. Paper wasps' nests. If you're lucky, you'll never get to actually see a paper wasp's nest in real life. As much as they are one of the top architects of the animal kingdom, they have a penchant for delivering nasty stings. The name paper wasp stems from what they make their beautiful nests out of. These majestic wasps construct their home by using chewed up wood and other vegetation they could find. The result, an upside-down, round paper-looking comb. A single stalk holds up the nests. This umbrella-shaped nest is divided into hexagonal cells, most of them protected against parasites and other threats with a paper envelope. As the colony grows in size as they reproduce, so does the nest. Nests that have been around for a while can contain up to 200 cells, with every new generation of hard-working wasps building new cells as they go. With every new winter, the queen starts hibernating and the masterpiece they worked so hard on falls apart. When the queen awakens, she'll find a new nesting location. It falls onto the new generation to make one every spring. 8. Vogelkop Bowerbird Nest. Vogelkop bowerbirds' nests are so memorable that part of the name, the bower part, is inspired by the hut-like structure of their nests. Feast your eyes on this impressive nest. Vogelkop bowerbirds are not just capable architects, but they're apparently mindful decorators as well. Their nests' front entrances are lined with all kinds of pretty and vibrantly coloured flowers and leaves. However, don't be startled if you find the occasional beetle body part. These structures are usually 3 feet tall and 5.5 feet across. The role of building these cozy, aesthetically pleasing huts falls onto the males. Think of the bowers as avian bachelor pads. The males gather twigs, colourful stones, snail shells, berries, bones, spider webbing, fresh flowers, and yes, insect skeletons, and arrange them to make the most impressive display of engineering they can. It takes them anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months until the bower and its front yard are up to their standards. After constructing it, the males often proudly perch on top of their nests, waiting to either defend it from other males or for a female to be impressed enough that he may invite her inside to try to court her. Before we get on with arguably the coziest nest we have for you today, just hit the like button to fully support us. 7. Red Ovenbird Nests. What makes a red ovenbird nest so impressive isn't just its remarkable shape. It's the fact that these dedicated birds lug 2,000 pellets of mud, which can be 10 pounds heavy, and arrange it into these cozy domes. There is a lot more to a red ovenbird's nest than it being a dome made of mud pellets. It is sphere-like with one side having a circular opening. Think about how much work and careful consideration it takes to add the mud pellets without risking the structure and its domed roof to collapse or curve inward. Plant fibers are often mixed in to make the nest sturdier. The birds carry these materials in their bill. These wood-fired bakers' oven-like nests end up around 12 inches in diameter and weigh roughly around 9 pounds. The deep entrance leads to an inner nesting chamber, which is lined with grasses. A typical nest lasts for multiple years until the new brood comes in, either on the ground, on a post, or on a tree branch. 6. Prairie dog underground towns. This upcoming nest isn't one you'll find high up a tree. It's just as intricate, if not more, but it's located underground. It's the impressive underground nests that prairie dogs call home. Now, prairie dogs reside in the Great Plains of North America. Prairie dogs put a lot of care into their home, especially since their homes have to withstand extreme weather. How do they avoid floods, fires, and predators? It's simple. They burrow deep underground. These burrows are grouped into towns. Inside is just as carefully thought out as the chosen location. Chambers are located at various depths to accommodate a purpose. For example, the nursery is deep in the soil where the young have better protection from predators and where the temperature is milder. Some chambers are for storing food, others for taking shelter against predators, which are often close to the surface so that they can simply duck in and out. Believe it or not, these towns can span many acres, with 5 and up to 25 prairie dogs occupying each acre. In 1900, a town in Texas discovered 400 million prairie dogs residing in a burrow that covered 25 square miles. 5. Caddisfly Nests. If you're around slow-running water with dense underwater vegetation in Europe or North America, you may come across one of these jaw-dropping nests. They belong to caddisflies. It's not just pretty to look at, and it does more than work as a safe shelter from predators. A caddisfly's nest can help the larvae survive oxygen shortages. Larvae construct this marvelous creation by creating a tubular case using twigs and plant roots as its main materials. They then add snail shells. Finally, to add a protective covering, they spin silk around it to make sure everything is firmly in place. A caddisfly's nest is also portable. 4. Montezuma Oropendola Nests. Feast your eyes on these marvelous elaborate hanging nests. You can find them in Central America. They're made by Montezuma Oropendola birds, who gather in groups to link the nests together into intimidating colonies. These birds are meticulous when it comes to being as elaborate as they can. Only the strongest vines hold up the nests, and only the sturdier branch is suitable to choose as a nesting location, often as far away as possible. They add other vines and fibers until the nests are strong enough to their satisfaction. The pendulous baskets are the end results. Montezuma Oropendola birds put a lot of thought into the actual location of their hanging nests. They prefer large trees in order to have branches far enough to be out of reach of monkeys that may try to raid the nest of eggs. And if all else fails, protection-wise, Montezuma Oropendola birds choose trees where hornets live. 3. Leaf-curling spiderweb. Spiders are already known for building intricate webs, but the Australian leaf-curling spider has it down to a fine art. So, changing things up a bit, next up we have one-of-a-kind home of Australia leaf-curling spider. This remarkable spider goes crazy with recycled material to build the most aesthetically pleasing home. The spider finds a dead leaf and lines it up with silk, eventually working hard to curl it in order to form the cozy home you see that's open at the bottom and closed at the top. When female spiders are reproducing, they add a nursery. She builds another curled leaf and hangs it in nearby foliage, and it acts as the nursery to her adorable spider baby. The material they use includes any lightweight material they can find, including even scraps of paper. The nest is hung up in the center of a web where the spiders wait for prey. 2. Beaver Dams. Before we get into one nest that is so unbelievable that your jaw will drop, how can we forget about one of the craziest nests of all time? Beaver Dams. Beavers deserve their hard-earned reputation for being the animal kingdom's most renowned architects. They are excellent woodworkers who build weatherproof homes. They pile logs, all the sticks they can find, and shrubs and place them around a water door, effectively giving them access to the river or pond. With every winter, they cover their nests with fresh coats of mud, which serves as insulation and makes the lodge sturdy enough to act as a barrier against both the cold temperatures and any ill-meaning predators. 1. Cathedral Termites. And putting all those nests to shame, at least size-wise, is the truly spectacular structures of Cathedral Termites. One look at these mighty mounds and you'll understand how Cathedral Termites made their way to become the winners of the most insane spectacular animal nests. Feast your eyes on this. You'll find these in Australia's Northwest Territory. If you're worried about missing them, let us assure you that there is absolutely no way you'll miss these 15-foot high towers. Cathedral Termites make these from a range of creative materials that include termite saliva, chewed wood, feces, and of course, mud. How did termites, each one being no longer than your fingernail, build such a colossal home? It's not a single termite at work here, or even a group. Cathedral termites gather in groups of over 1 million or 2 and put their brains together to build this architectural masterpiece. Each tower you see is entirely self-sustaining and can withstand the majority of threats termites face, such as rain, heat, winds, and predators. That's all for today, guys. Let us know in the comments which of these incredible animal nests was your favorite. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can keep creating videos for you. Till the next one.